Hi everybody, this is Sherry, and I'm doing this video for ScrappyKSue. She wanted you all to know that she did not forget her challenge. Her mother is very ill and in the ICU unit at the hospital up there. She had a stroke, and I guess she's had prior strokes, but this one affected a different part of her brain, so they had to put her more or less, I guess, like in a medically induced coma, and she's got machines breathing for her and everything right now, trying to give her body a chance to heal. And so, of course, KSue is with her, and I've not done a video for several weeks because they rushed my daughter-in-law to the emergency room. They couldn't find the baby's heartbeat, but everything was fine. And she went to the doctor's on the 24th, that morning, Christmas Eve morning, was her appointment, and they said no action to call on the day after Christmas, and they would set up an induction date. Well, so we decided that since we got out of the doctor's so late on Christmas Eve that we would just wait and have Christmas Day dinner instead of Christmas Eve dinner like we normally do. And, well, we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to Marquette having contractions. So we went to the hospital. They were like 3 minutes, 4 minutes apart, and they would stay 3 and 4 minutes apart, and then they might jump to 7 or 8 minutes. And then they'd go back to 3 minutes apart, and then they would jump again to 7 or 8 minutes. So they sent us home and told her again to contact her doctor the next day. And finally that evening, her contractions were 3 minutes apart. And so we went back to the hospital, and they gave her an epidural. Well, of course, she couldn't feel anything and didn't realize that her contractions were coming one on top of the other with no break at all in between, which was causing the baby to go into distress and causing her heart rate to go higher than anybody's I've ever seen in my life. So it really scared my son. It scared both of us, but my son was just about beside himself. But God is good, and He took care of both of them. She did end up having a C-section after, all of that labor. But she gave birth to the sweetest, cutest little boy. And he's wonderful, and he's sleeping in his little crib right here beside me. And she had to go to the doctor, so I got to babysit. I'm so happy. And he's just moving his little hands, and he's just being as quiet as a mouse. He's a good little guy. He doesn't, he had some cluster feedings at first where he was eating every hour, which was real hard on his mom. His dad and I could, Zachary and I could trade places so Zach could get some rest. But poor Marquette, there was nobody to trade places with her because she's nursing. So, that part was real hard. But last night he did real good. He did real good. And he slept approximately, I think, between 3 and 3.5 hours between each feeding. So they both got a little rest. So it was wonderful. But again, please keep KSue and her mother in your prayers. Go to her channel, which again is ScrappyKSue. I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't even have my camera equipment here, so I don't know that I can put any information below. But it's ScrappyKSue, all one word. And, leave her some encouragement if you can. Let her know that you're praying for her and her mother and that you're thinking about them. But she was worried that you all would think she forgot, and she didn't want you two guys to think that. She's just, what we all say, life takes over sometimes, and that, her mother needs her right now, and that's where she's at. So I will talk to you all later. I hope you all had a safe and wonderful New Year's, and I'm going to go play with my grandbaby. Watch me go. Watch me go. I'm going to play with my grandbaby. He's so sweet and cuddly, and he's got big chubby cheeks, and if I can figure out how to put a picture on the end, I will. So I'll talk to you all later. God bless. Thanks for visiting me today, and happy crafting. Bye.